Mortal Shell 2 comes out tomorrow if you do have the pre-order, August 20th if you don't. And over the last few days, I spent a lot of time going over the beta reviews and some first impressions that have come out. And the one thing that keeps coming up, this might not just be a good sequel. This might be one of the Souls-like games of the year. And if you appreciate content like that, gently hit that like button. Let's get into it. All right, first up, let's talk about the thing that actually makes Mortal Shell different from other Souls-like games out there, the shells themselves. If you never played the first game, here's the deal. You're not just playing one character the whole time, you're the Harbinger, and you find the bodies of fallen warriors out in the world, and then you possess them. Each shell plays completely different, has different health, different movesets, different vibe. That's the core gimmick, and that's the reason people fell in love in the game in the first place. Now, in Mortal Shell 2, that idea goes a little deeper. The first game had 4 main shells. This one has 8 playable shells, plus a 9th one called Heros that you get to use in the prologue. So, instead of picking a class on a menu and being stuck with it, your build is something you physically find in the world, step into, and you learn. You find another shell, you possess it, you figure it out, what it can do, and you build around it. That sense of discovery is apparently even stronger this time because the world around it got so much bigger, which I'll get into in a minute. Now, let's talk about the biggest actual gameplay change, because the one that everybody's talking about, Mortal Shell 2 removes the stamina bar completely. In the first game, combat was slow and deliberate because you were always watching that green bar. Attack, back off, wait, go back in. In the sequel, that's gone. Instead of watching the resource bar, you're watching the enemy, their animations, their pacing, their posture, their openings. That sounds like it could make the game too easy, but from what beta players are saying, it actually just changes the rhythm. You can stay aggressive, chain combos, reposition, punish mistakes immediately without the fight ever feeling weightless. Next up, Harden. If you played the original, Harden was the defensive tool that made Mortal Shell feel different from other Souls-likes. You turn to stone for a second and absorb a hit, instead of dodging it. In Mortal Shell 2, they didn't just keep it, they upgraded it. Now you can harden in the middle of your own attack animation, so you can start a heavy swing, an enemy hits you mid-swing, you harden through it, and then you finish your own attack right after. That's a completely different timing game than just rolling through everything, and it's apparently one of the most satisfying parts of the beta. Now, a little quick break here. If you find content like this helpful, if you want some more of it, if you want to help me out, you can watch me play this Souls-like game tomorrow, Mortal Shell 2, Monday, October 17th. I'll have it. I'll be over on Twitch and on YouTube. Come watch me play. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below about what you're excited for about this game. And with that, let's get back into the review. Next, sidearms. In a lot of Souls-likes, ranged weapons feel like an afterthought. You pull one out, get one shot off, put it away, go back to melee. In Mortal Shell 2, sidearms are actually part of the core combat loop now. You can mix melee pressure with firearms and other sidearms to interrupt enemies or punish their openings mid-fight. Basically, somebody looked at a traditional Souls-like and asked what it would be. What if we just gave this guy a shotgun and it works a lot better than you think? All right, now let's talk about the world, because this is the big shift from the original. The first Mortal Shell was small and linear on purpose. They kept it focused, but it also meant some of the systems ran out of depth pretty quickly. Mortal Shell 2 is going with what the developers call an interconnected open world. Expansive, but deliberately compact. So it's not a giant open field covered in map icons. It's more caves, side paths, hidden mini bosses, and optional dungeons branching off a main route. The full game is supposed to have more than 60 dungeons. I believe it has almost 80, which sounds impressive on paper, but that number only matters if those dungeons are actually good and not just repeated content. So here's what early beta reviewers are actually saying. One review scored the beta 8 out of 5 out of 10, calling the combat and shell variety the standout upgrades. Steam Open Beta is sitting at a very impressive rating, thousands of reviews. So this isn't just a handful of serious diehards. Steam Open Beta is sitting at a very positive rating with thousands of reviews. So this isn't just a handful of serious diehards being nice about it. Visuals and atmosphere are getting a lot of praise too. Bosses in particular are described as grotesque, oversized, and genuinely horrifying, but in a good way. And fighting them apparently feels a lot better now that stamina isn't dictating every few seconds of the fight. But it's not all perfect. It never is. And I want to be straight with you about that. The two complaints that keep coming up are boring NPCs and a camera that gets frantic during fights. There's also a real balance question with the no stamina system. Some players in beta pointed out that unlimited dodging and repositioning can occasionally make certain fights too easy to just avoid entirely. And honestly, with 60 plus dungeons promised, we've only been seeing the opening section of the game so far, so whether that quality holds up for the whole runtime is still an open question. So, should you buy it? Based on everything out right now, if you like the original Mortal Shell, but wanted the combat to feel less restrictive, or you like the Souls-like but hate babysitting a stamina bar, this is shaping up to be exactly what you're looking for. If you're someone who needs a perfectly polished launch with zero rough edges, you might want to wait a few weeks and let some patches roll out first. But in this day and age of video games, nothing rolls out perfect. Most of the time we're getting glorified alphas anyways. So we'll see how this one plays out. That's everything I found digging through the beta impressions. If you want to hang out and actually watch some of the gameplay live, I am going to be playing Mortal Shells tomorrow, August 17th. I'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be going live on Twitch. You can follow me over at Goopster on Twitch, and you can follow me here because I will also be streaming on YouTube. And again, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching the video. Down in the comment section, tell me if you're excited about it, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.